Here we are. It is the opening preseason debut of the New Orleans Jolly Jokers coming to you live from the metaverse. I'm going to be joined by the head coach of the Jolly Jokers, Mr. Justin Herzig. Let's get this party started. There it is, the hype video. We have arrived. Tonight, the Jolly Jokers are facing off against the Ninjas, led by former World Series of Poker champion Jamie Gold. So we've got all the things happening. We've got metaverse football tonight. We've got poker tonight. And, of course, we're going to be joined by the head coach, the man behind the metaverse football players, calling the plays, directing traffic. It's Justin Herzig. Jolly Justin. How we doing, Coach?
We're off to a decent start. We got Jamie Gold is just deciding he's going to run the ball. So 3 straight runs. Last one, we got a 2-yard loss. So we'll put him in a little second and long, 2nd and 12 now. I'm ready. It's great to be here, though. Preseason has begun.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. So everyone, you can head over now to simwinsports.com if you have not already. And check out the game. But yeah, let's just get right into it because we are going to be sharing the screen here. Let's see. I want to make sure I do this the best way. All right. Would they just score?
Yeah. Jay-Sean Denmark. Just literally runs right through multiple opportunities to tackle him. Breaks through 3 tackles. You call the right plays, but if your talent's just not going to be able to make that tackle, tough scene. That's their tight end, too. Tight end just breaking 3 tackles across line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that seems pretty unfortunate. But there we have it. Yeah, so for those people that out there maybe not familiar, just kind of set the stage a little bit here. So what we are watching right now is our first preseason game within SimWin Football, which is a digital virtual sports league in the metaverse. The Jolly Jokers are proud owners of one of the 32 teams amidst an all-star cast of celebrities. We've got Magic Johnson, Jerry Rice, Marshall Faulk, Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, Jamie Gold, as we said, who we're playing against. Tons of big names that we are going to be competing against here in the metaverse, and this is our first crack at it, the first preseason game. We were in the lab last night running some scrimmages. I know Justin has been in the lab for several weeks now, preparing the team. We had the draft, a month ago, 2 months ago. So we have our roster all set. And yeah, this is going to be a fun time. And really, this is the first step towards something that is going to be a big part of what we're doing here at OTM and what we're doing here with the Jolly Jokers. So excited to be watching our team play with all of you and watching this thing evolve and just be a part of something that's really pretty incredible. And the SimWin team, super legit team, a bunch of people that came from EA Sports, the creators of Madden, tons of awesome, again, partners and celebrity owners that they have involved. So I know we've been absolutely stoked about this opportunity and about getting involved here. And man, it's been a long time coming, and we're really just ready to get after it. Justin, yeah, just wanted to give that intro. Justin's going to be dual coaching and on the stream here. So yeah, I'll kind of kick it to you to give your little intro, and then let's watch the game.
Yeah, no, it sounds great, and it's interesting. My coach's angle is actually delayed from the game here by about 5 seconds. So I got to figure out which one I'm watching and such, because I still got to call plays in the background. But no, this is fantastic. This has been so exciting. There really is a ton of that work that goes involved in this, obviously from the team that's building it, but also from us just managing it. Like, I mean, there were, I think, about 1,000 or so plays available for us to call. And then we've got to basically create a coach's profile for every kind of scenario of 1st and 10 outside the red zone, 2-minute offense, 4-minute offense, red zone, inside the 5, inside the 20, just devising like what plays you may want to call. And then based off situation, based off how the game's going, we call those plays based off our personnel. At the end of the day, it's really exciting just to kind of get this all going. But preseason, no question, we are a serious franchise. We are taking preseason just like the professionals are, which means if we win, it's because we took it amazingly. And if it's lose, it's because we are working on things, using this as just an educational opportunity. We really got to work on our handoffs, TJ.
Yeah, something about our handoffs. We were seeing the same thing happen with our squad last night. So we really got to get in the lab on these handoffs. Something about come on. We got Cairo and Dairo. We got matching names that rhyme. You would think the chemistry would be there by default. So I think it'll get there. You know, we got a young team. One thing that, you know, is definitely a bit of an uphill battle for us is the fact that a lot of these other teams have a celebrity player. So for example, for anyone that tuned into preseason yesterday, Marshall Faulk had, I don't even remember, but a lot of points, a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards, multiple 50-plus yard touchdowns. Very, very good football player, as he should be. It's Marshall Faulk. But yeah, so we are behind the 8 ball on that, and we unluckily got, the 30th pick out of 32. So yeah, you know what? But that's okay. We're going to, it's like Moneyball, the movie, right? We're going to win with the X's and O's and the management. And this is a trust the process kind of vibe here. We're in this for the long haul. And also, this is not going to be our only team. We also have a basketball team that is going to be coming down the pipeline at some point. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. And also, again, it's just fun to be a part of this early in the process too. Definitely still very much in beta, this product, although for those of you that maybe watched back when we played last December, tons of improvement from what I've seen in terms of the gameplay and how things are looking. And really, really been fun to watch that evolve. And it's just going to continue to get better and better. And the whole concept is just a ton of fun. And there's going to be DFS associated with this. So you all will have the opportunity to wager real money on these games, just as you would play DraftKings or FanDuel or any other daily fantasy site. So that's going to be a super fun element for all of our community members to join, as we not only root on our team in the New Orleans Jolly Jokers, but have the opportunity to put together a daily roster of players from across the league. And, you can bet that when the time is right, we'll be looking to get some tools out there to help people with their SimWin DFS experience. And yeah, make sure you've signed up for the SimWin site if you have not already. But I know a couple of you did that back in December. We had a one-time tournament where I think we got over 1,000 people to enter, which was awesome from the JJ/OTM community. And yeah.
All right, not the greatest first drive. if you saw our offensive line had trouble, like it seems like some of these handoffs when we're doing more, when we're trying to get outside, because we've seen such strength that, hey, if you can actually get outside, get in space, then our team has the speed to really get open. But what's been happening is when they run blitzes, they really get through the line and it kind of disrupts that handoff. And so 2 of the plays there, even though we started off on that 2nd and 4. Ooh, what?
Oh,
okay.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no.
You got to be kidding. You got to be kidding.
This is a
like
big
lineman team?
This is a big fella.
Who?
Number 9. That's a big boy.
I mean, Sheet S. Santos. Show me what position S. Santos is. I want to see a little about this. They're just putting an offensive lineman back there. Catches it. Our guys just bounce right off of him.
Come on, fellas.
Can't tackle him.
Wow.
Oh, buddy.
S. Santos. All right. Well, we're in.
That was going to happen. We would just be going for it every time on 4th down, even on our own 20.
We're in an early hole here. We do have a nice little crowd joining us here. Let's go through chat and say what's up to everyone. Sergeant Stogie, our dynasty starts tonight. Yes, it does. It's not off to the best start, but preseason. Preseason. You don't want to give away all the tricks yet. Ben, JM, Matthew, what's going on? Ben again. Pump for this. Of course. Coop in the house. We got Seth. Looking forward to seeing how it goes. S. Sizu, Brandon, T-Man, Eagle Putt, Carl, Tubehead. All the jams in the building. Ben calling Jamie Gold a fish. Wow. Hot takes. We need to get Jamie Gold playing some Joker Poker for sure. We got Freddie in the chat giving some play recommendations. Jolly Joker's looking like the 08 Lions so far, but it's just preseason. Exactly. It's just preseason. We're good here. Mac Attack, JM, and yeah, Ben, no hat. We got fresh haircut, and when we get a fresh haircut, we gotta show it off a little bit, flex that a little bit. So yeah, it's the first time in a while I have not been wearing a hat on stream.
Was it the 08 Lions who also went undefeated in preseason? I think if it was the 08 Lions who didn't win a game in the regular season, I think they also won every preseason game. So I'm going to say we're not the 08 Lions because we're making sure to not pull out our special tricks like putting up offensive linemen to return punts who can't get tackled. Let Jamie Gold burst his bubble. I don't know. A little early. I'm still just tilted on that.
Wait, what happened on the extra point? Did they miss? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We put pressure on it. They kicked it wide right.
Let's go. Love to see that. Here we go.
Dyro with the return. All right. That's okay. We'll take it at the 29. Let's see.
Yeah, so how this works behind the scenes is that Justin, and we'll do a little sneak peek at some point, and Justin can kind of show what's going on his screen. But like he said, there's literally hundreds, thousands of plays that can select from, different route trees, things like that. So that's a lot of what we've been focused on, is kind of testing around different plays to see what works, what doesn't work, what we've had success with. And really, cool little thing there. We had our draft where we were able to pick our top 3 players, which is where we got our quarterback in Cairo, our running back in Dyro, and then we took an offensive tackle as our third left tackle, yeah. I believe.
Yeah,
stud left tackle.
Protect the blind side.
Yep. So that was our baseline team, and then beyond that, we were able to get access to some packs of players and kind of picked a preference of like what prototype of wide receiver we were looking for, whether it's like a big possession receiver versus a speedy receiver. So that's kind of how the team assembly came together. And then eventually, as the SimWin product and game evolves, all of you as users and community members will actually have the opportunity to eventually own some players as NFTs, and you kind of get to act as their agent, where the better the players that you own do, you can, kind of profit off of that in some way. Honestly, not 100% sure how all of those mechanics are going to work out exactly, but that's kind of the longer term, bigger picture vision here that the SimWin team is working towards. And so that there's also going to be ways for all of you to be involved from that kind of like player agent perspective as well. Of course, in addition to cheering on our Jolly Jokers every single week as we play our games.
I may have to drop here. We'll see, TJ. But I'm getting some. All right, there we go. Okay. But there's a bit of a just lag on my side from I think having both of the simulators going at the same time.
That makes sense.
We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying a little more. You're doing a great job, though.
Yeah,
what did you do?
If you need to drop off, I can just kind of run this and then we'll figure that out.
What'd you do from a DFS angle for tonight or for this week?
From a DFS angle, I forgot and went to enter at 7:58 and was in the process of adding my last player, and it turned 8 o'clock, and so I did not get to submit a lineup. But I was stacking the Jolly Jokers, of course. I had Cairo in there. I had Dyro in there. I had our top wide receiver and top tight end in there. But I did not end up getting my lineup in. You guys can all check out the leaderboard, though. If you go to the SimWin site, click on the banner up top, and then click on Play DFS. You can see there's 6 people in the. Oh wait, no, that's the contest I am in. I guess I can't see the live tournament. No, I can. I'm not sure that I can. If you entered, you can see it. But yeah, going forward, and we can I probably should have said something about that earlier, but we can enter these DFS teams. Right now, it's just for fun and free. But again, eventually, as the product matures and as the team gets to a place where they feel good about it, there will be legitimate real money gaming on this. And I know that people in our community have some SimWin bucks that are going to be coming their way as well for anyone that cashed in the free to enter contest that we had back in December.
Yeah. And then I see some of the questions here. So like EcoPud asked, like, does our team practice plays during the week? Right now, there is the ability to use scrimmages as a form of practice. So we're allowed to do a few scrimmages, I think about 3 scrimmages a week. And what that includes is basically like a preseason game of playing against a simulated computer, and allows us to test out various plays, see what works, see what doesn't. So we've done 2 scrimmages so far, fared pretty well in those. Oh, go Cairo. All right. They did a big blitz to one side, avoided that. Okay, now I had a refresh of mine, so now I'm a little ahead of you guys, which is, yeah, okay. Okay.
Good scramble there. And that was going into the draft. There were, 7 available quarterbacks that were rated like
give or take one. Yeah.
Good or better. Yeah, like 6 or 7. So
great or elite. Yeah.
Great or elite. Yes, great or elite. So each of them has like a specific rating. And so we were able to snag that kind of last great quarterback available, which was awesome. And so that was our first pick and our franchise quarterback. We also definitely went for the younger players overall when given the option between someone that was more in their young 20s versus in their 30s. Definitely we're targeting those people that we can develop and groom over time within our system. Sergeant Stogie's asking, is there injuries? That's actually a good question. Are there injuries? There
are injuries. There is health aspects. So in the preseason, there will not be any health concerns. You can pretty much just say like, hey, you can play every player the entire time. You'll notice if you look at the other kind of box scores, like they really have like kind of 3 wide receivers, and those 3 wide receivers do everything or something. Once the regular season starts, then there will be actual health considerations. There could be injuries. You may have to like literally sit people out for the games and such. And then in game, I have to go like in the depth chart, click on a player, see what his health is, see his stamina and such, and then replace him with someone else.
Makes sense. Yeah, nice, great pass there. Good call from Freddie. Love that little route across the middle, making a big play in traffic. Ben is asking if the rate of play will accelerate during the season. So what's happening right here in between plays is that this is when Justin and the other coach are selecting their plays. So I believe this will kind of be the rate that it plays at. Now there will also be some, I believe, at least one game each week will be kind of like the featured game, and so there will be a actual broadcast, and I believe that some of the big name celebrity team owners will be joining those broadcasts, so that there will have that element. So I guess don't know too much about what will or won't change, but high level, I think that what we're looking at now is at least 80 to 90% of what I expect that we're going to see come the regular season. And then again, we'll have those featured games with the broadcast, which is going to be cool. They have like a legit studio and all of that. And then we'll definitely be doing streams like this whenever we can, when we're not kind of like the featured game, to make sure that we're just watching as a community and enjoying that.
And I would say, especially for the regular season, it's probably going to look pretty similar to this. They've made it very clear that, like, hey, this is obviously beta. There's things that they're working on improving throughout from a gameplay, from a coaching wise. I see Michael asking, can you audible? Right now, there is no way to audible. But like, there's also like, hey, can you have ways where you can flip plays? Maybe you can see the formation of the opponents. These are all things like, we're familiar with it in the Madden game that I think over time will get more and more worked into this game. And then the other thing I was going to say is, while not practice, but there is also training during the season, which is in between games, where we'll have the ability as a coach to actually choose which players you want to train, what categories you want to train them in. And then once they get to where they have the NFT drop and you as consumers can actually be the player agents, that'll give you the ability as well to train your players too, through different forms of mini games. Get outside, break it. That's not even
to the house. Let's go.
That's our backup running back right there.
Oh, a little two-headed monster action. There we go. That was a solid drive right there. A little bit of run, a little bit of pass, chunk plays. Really like what we did there. There we go, squad. There we go, squad. Freddie says, be cool if DraftKings had some sponsorship or backing in SimWin. Yeah, for sure. Sure.
The chief marketing officer of SimWin, I believe, used to be the chief marketing or chief revenue officer for DraftKings as well. So there's definitely lots of connections. When we have had conversations with DraftKings, SimWin stuff has come up. I'd say it's a close-knit family.
No doubt.
For that drive, I think one of the things from a preseason angle is like our first drive, we kind of realized like, hey, I tried to do a little more. Maybe one was a reverse, one was a counter, and those slowly developing plays, they seem like this team wants to blitz a bit. They got to our guys before we opportunity. That drive went far more on inside runs, more shotgun formation to get some quick passes. That 21-yarder to Sloan was fantastic. And then those runs, they, even if they were blitzing, they were often blitzing around it rather than poking holes.
Touchdown, Jolly Jokers. Let's go. First touchdown of the preseason. The backup running back too. Goes to show we've got that depth. We're not a one-trick pony. Going to have to look out for a variety of things when you're trying to match up against the Jolly Jokers, because again, we got that money ball approach. We're looking at the spreadsheets. Come on. Are Magic Johnson and Jerry Rice looking at the spreadsheets? They're going to rely on their talent, as they should, because they have the talent. We're the spreadsheet nerds that are going to take the metaverse virtual sports world by storm. And hey,
we're the metaverse swim rats.
I think that, if there's Vegas odds on the teams, whatever our number is, I think it'd be a great number to be throwing some cash at. That'd be, I feel like that'd be sick if eventually there's like odds like that. I wonder if we'll get to that.
I could see SimWin doing it next year.
To, right? Yeah. Season 2.
It's tough. Like, from a personnel standpoint, going into the season, we probably have one of the worst teams. And that's mainly because the two things that TJ was talking about. One of, we just don't have that elite celebrity superstar. You guys are going to be seeing these players like half the teams have just an insane, unreal level of player. And we don't have that. And then 2 is not only do we not have that, our 30th overall pick put us at a bit of a uphill battle as well. But it's okay. That's just the starting point. There's so much more involved here, hopefully, that we're going to grind our way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's get some defense going.
Yeah, so there we are. 13-7 game. Nice to close the gap there after a bit of a fluky punt return by the Ninjas earlier. But now we have it. Chance to get an additional stop here.
I think as well, like we were talking about the pace and stuff. So I think each coach gets about 20 seconds to call the play between plays. And honestly, I feel like we run out of time on a lot of those. So I doubt they're going to decrease that 20 seconds much. But I would love to see in the middle between plays, working in more replays, working in more just shots of the working in more shots of the players in the field. I think right now the default is just okay, put in those advertisements and such, and I get it. But I think long-term, there's going to be a bit more opportunity that should be exciting.
Yeah, and we'll probably see at some point they'll occasionally do replays. It seems like for whatever reason, when there's a sack on the quarterback in particular, you get to see a replay. And that's actually one of the things that I think is coolest about it, is that it kind of takes you a level deeper into what's actually going on behind the scenes, and it'll kind of pause and be like, okay, quarterback's here, defensive end is here. There's a 35% chance that there's going to be a sack from here. And then you kind of get to see how that evolves throughout the play. So I think that, again, as we continue to grow, integrating more and more features like that makes it an even more enjoyable viewing experience, also makes it more clear, kind of what's going on here and the ability to understand and kind of comprehend what's happening. So maybe let's just get a sack here so that we can see a replay. Get him. All right.
All right, we stopped it. It seems like we need to just kind of start plugging this line. I don't remember I've not done too many passes today.
Yeah, they're really establishing it here.
They are.
Yeah, I can actually check out the box score here. And let's see how many rush attempts they have. 4 rush attempts. Yeah, so they've rushed it 4 times and thrown it once. I feel like they've run more plays than that, though.
I mean, this is only the second time they've had the ball because
that's true because they got the punt return. So yeah, 4-1.
I think that's right.
Rush to pass ratio right now.
It's very strong. If anything, it maybe misses the last play just because it hasn't updated. But I think overall, that's probably pretty right. Okay, here they go. They're dropping back. Okay. Big third down here.
Huge.
Let's see. Where in the field do we think we are? On probably about their 35. Yeah, that looks about right. Maybe it's 37. So this is one of the plays that we've been liking doing, where putting a little pressure on them, getting a little inside blitz with some movement among our linemen, and then a strong safety coming up to cover the middle of the field. Let's see how it works on a 3rd and 4. Can we get some pressure on them?
Get him! Get him! Oh! 2 chances at a
that's
sack and a
frustrating.
chance at a pick. I feel like
That's frustrating.
that was close. All over him.
Seriously, two opportunities at a sack. Feels like one of those should have come down and grabbed him. And then wide receiver Jalen Ross's pass still gets to Austin. Oh, that's one we're going to want back. All right. So I will mention, because I don't believe that Jamie Gold is watching this stream, but keep an eye on that clock. We'll see whether or not they move into a bit more of a 2-minute offense here. But that clock is ticking down, and it's not the easiest to to play like a hurry up offense in this kind of structure.
And how does the game times work? Like, so it's 4 quarters,
10 minutes.
10-minute quarters. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
It's okay. The clock's going to keep going. If they, it's going to be tough. I'm trying to.
Can they call, like, do we have timeouts? Is that a thing? Is calling timeout?
I do not believe that is a thing yet. No.
Got it.
And I am trying right now to mix in. Still want to get some pressure on the QB, but also do not want to get burned over the top. So in this one, we're bringing our free safety back a little, playing a little more center field.
Okay, I like it.
Because unless we only need really maybe 1 or 2 more stops if it's a complete pass. Even one complete pass stop here could be good enough to get us to halftime.
Yeah, I mean the clock is winding down.
It's tough. And you can
wait,
basically
as the
do
defense, can you just take your time calling the play and it just winds the clock down and the offense can't do
anything? Nah, because it's the same amount of time. It's always the set.
Got it. Yeah. All right, hold here, and I feel like huge stop.
That's big. So from a strategy aspect, if that was us, I think you just want to do all go routes and basically say, hey, this needs to be a touchdown or an incompletion.
Yeah, because we've definitely seen that the big play is deadly in this game. Like, you're going to see a lot. I mean, some of these people were talking about in Discord, you look at some of the scores from some of these preseason games. I mean, you're talking people putting up 30, 40, 50 points on a pretty regular basis. And it's no surprise to see 60, 70-yard touchdowns, especially when you have these teams that have these mega star players. Does this team not have one? Does Jamie Gold probably? They don't have one either, probably, I guess.
They do
not
not
have
either.
An athlete.
Correct. And if I remember correctly, I think they focused a bit more. I don't remember what that draft looked like, whether Jalen Cross was one of the top QBs. I think Ja'Kai Mitchell was a decent running back, but I'm not quite sure.
And then the number 1 overall pick is a quarterback, Jordan Barron.
Gosh. Yeah, that's right.
And yesterday, he put up 55 fantasy points in yesterday's slate, threw 5 touchdowns. 3 of his receivers had over 100 yards. So there's definitely some elite talent out there that we're going to be battling against. But it's going to be fun. And, again, it's going to be kind of a good exercise to figure out how to find the edges in the game and how to make the most out of what we've got. And, hey, on any given Sunday in the metaverse football world, the Jolly Jokers, someone said it earlier, underdog story. Love a good underdog story. They're going to make a movie about this one day, and it's going to be right up there with movies like Remember the Titans and any other football movies, Friday Night Lights, Clear Eyes, Full Hearts, Can't Lose. Go Jolly Jokers. Uh-oh. Wait, what just happened there?
So he keeps running the same play, which is basically 2 guys blitzing from the right-hand side. So I'm either going to need to find a way to counter that with a quick pass. Trying to think about what we could do there.
Sack chance 8%. He's 2 yards away from him with 2 people.
I think it's when the play starts. I think it's
okay. That would make more sense.
Yeah,
it's not like a real time. Here's the It's like before, like there was an 8% chance of what's about to happening,
becoming a sack, right?
Yeah.
Because then also not only becoming a sack, but also that guy getting the sack versus teammate, because his teammate also pretty much could have. Yeah, so right now I'm kind of just going through the plays because I do know like this is a one play he has leveraged multiple times. Like, is there something that I can do that's just going to be a quick shotgun out to take advantage of that, like a screen to the right-hand side?
Okay. Get going. All right. Picked up 5. I've got to say, the purple stadium, the purple jerseys, like, we're looking good. There's no doubt about that. I feel like the stadium turned out really good. Saw someone asking if we have a name for the stadium yet. We do not.
In development.
Saw a couple
We're
good.
Still trying.
Carl had asked you guys to sign the stadium yet. No, we saw some great suggestions in there. I mean, I think the bigger picture dream is similar to real stadiums, that there's eventually sponsors for our stadium and for all of the stadiums. So we're the name will find us one of these days. That is for sure. Yeah, Stogie gets it. Sell those naming rights. That a boy. I mean, love an underdog story. Underdog Arena, the Jolly Jokers, a true underdog story with our friends at Underdog. Who knows?
Let's go. Oh,
baby.
Let's go.
Baby.
What do we call this? Cairo to Dyro. Cairo to Dyro. Let us go.
You know what we need? We need one of the things that I think is one of the more fun things in sports is the Chicago Blackhawks and their goal song. I feel like it's a pretty memorable one. Like some kind of song for when we score a touchdown, and then when we're streaming it like this, we just like kick to like a 10-second little jolly jingle, touchdown jingle, something like that.
I know Coop's been hanging out. 100% need to channel our inner overs at Ship Chase and all of those and get some quick videos. So when that happens, TJ can fire it and you get the Dyro highlight reel with the music.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Little highlight reels. Let's go. Big play. But that's what we just talked about, right? Like those big plays. I mean, that's going to happen frequently. So that's really what we're targeting, and like literally finding the plays that get called that result in those long touchdowns. And, we've seen it from the go routes, like Justin said, but then we've also seen it from some of these shorter passes where guys are able to then break to the sideline and just beat people. And which is, again, also why, like, I think when we were picking our wide receiver packs, right, we focused on speed because we knew that speed was going to be absolutely killer in this game, more so than size and possession, because it's a big play game, and we're kind of building around that as a part of our strategy.
Yeah, and I mean,
our kicker seems like a stud, just absolutely boots it.
So he cannot kick it far, but he's got very good accuracy, and we prioritized accuracy because we were thinking, hey, if we're on the 40-yard line, we're going for it more often than not. We're not kicking that many field goals, but I want to make sure those times that we do need a field goal, we got someone reliable. So that worked out well. And then, for that play. So it was 3rd and 15. They consistently been getting pressure on our right-hand side, which is the weaker side of our line as well. Our left-hand side line is very strong. And so love that play where it's a little kind of delayed screen on the left-hand side. Now, if you did see, Dyro is only 60% to catch it. Doesn't have the greatest hands. So even wide open, only 60%. But once he did catch it, he's a beast in space. Okay, let's see if we can get some defense staying strong here.
Yeah, this is a huge drive here. Always big to get a stop right after a touchdown. Don't want to give them any momentum. Stop here would be absolutely huge. Get the ball back. Maybe look to take that touchdown lead. Also, anyone out there, if you have not already entered the poker game tonight, just wanted to give out a little last call. 15 minutes remain in registration. 283 people entered tonight's event. 156 of them remain. Pretty impressive that 130 people have already found a way to bust in the first 45 minutes. But hey, are you like either get a stack or you get out of here. I have not entered.
Are you planning on joining at 8:55?
Yeah, I might try to spin up a little late reg. Why not, right? I didn't want to try and play while we were doing this because I knew it would just be distracting me. But yeah, I might. I mean, it seems like it'll be good timing with the end of this game potentially too.
I'll blind off a little. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Ben said this is a lot. Yeah, this is a lot. This is fun. I mean, it really is. It's funny. Yeah, it's like one of the sneaky things about what we have going on here with the Jolly Jokers, right? It's like, we talked about it in December, and then it just kind of snuck back up on us, and it's like, all right, go time. It's a blast.
TJ Coop and I last night were up till about probably 1 a.m., maybe 1:15, running through a scrimmage. And so what I've been doing for scrimmages is literally tracking through every single play, what the result is. So then later on, we can kind of go through and be like, hey, where do we see themes? Where do we see opportunities for what our team really excels at? I actually started tracking it for this game, but I realized that was a little too difficult. But I also realized we have the full stream, so I can just go back afterwards, do that tracking then based off the plays and such. Okay. Yeah, so.
Something bad's about to happen.
I didn't say that.
Oh, no. Okay. Whew. I saw the yuck from Carl, and I was like, uh-oh. Am I behind and something bad's about to happen? But it must have been. Oh, okay. He was yucking to Long Island Mamitos. Full house overflows. That's tough. That's a tough way to exit. But now you get to watch Metaverse football instead. So,
hey,
not a terrible
live sports
consolation. Yeah, you wanted the live sports. we got live sports coming to you from the Metaverse here. Oh yeah, Ben, you got to be watching the tape, man. You got to be grinding the tape.
2nd and 8 here. It's interesting. So like Jamie Gold started off this game, that first drive of his was doing almost all rushes. Didn't really have confidence in the throwing. Now they've definitely started to throw a bit more, but they're really doing a little more of those kind of quick, short routes. I don't know if they're kind of worried about the blitzes, plays not having long enough to develop, but you can definitely tell that they're prioritizing these shorter routes. Oh, gosh, these sacks eventually got to get there, right? Like
we're getting back there. We're just not. Well, I mean, that's still a great play. You can definitely tell getting pressure is huge.
Very happy with it. Yep. But getting pressure, if you don't get the pressure, also makes yourself very vulnerable. And that's where a lot of these big plays happen.
True.
And I think that's what that touchdown that we saw with the outside, they only had to, if you can get them in space, you only had to break 1 or 2 tackles because the rest of the field was all going after that QB. But 3rd and 7, big play here. We're still in their territory. Would love a big stop here.
Big stop, big play here.
You've got to be kidding.
Get him! Oh!
How can we not sack him and then that turns into that?
Oh.
How is that not a sack?
Two of them right there. Tackling and handoffs. That's all we got. We're coming 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, getting everyone out there. We're just gonna offense, routine handoffs on this side of the field, defense. Here's our 4th string quarterback. Tackle the shit out of this guy for the next hour. I mean, it's the little things here. Little things, attention to detail, going to be key in this league. That's why we've got the preseason, though. But, yeah, definitely want to see some more consistency from the linemen. They're doing a great job of getting back there and getting to the quarterback. We just got to bring them down once we get there because, like you said, does leave ourselves a little vulnerable when we take that shot and aren't able to execute on it. Like, man, they're right there. 2 of them, too. So we'll see. We'll be working on that in practice, but clearly an area of improvement and something that we'll probably take back and evaluate with our linemen to see what we got going on.
Right. And it's one of those things where, like, I mean, I'm perfectly okay with giving that up when with how much pressure we got. Like, got to be able to get that sack. Often, a lot of times as well, is if you don't get the sack, their QB will then just start running. And if their QB starts running there, chances are he's not getting 15 yards. So definitely would have been content with that. Makes a big play. All right, you know what? Maybe we can hold him to a field goal here. Got a good first stop on 1st and goal. Now we're at 2nd and goal. We're just going to run a bit of a goal line plug here. Straight up, going to go man coverage in the 2 outside or their wide receivers. If they do any kind of crossing route over the middle, it's going to be wide open. But we're going to hope that they are not going to be doing a crossing route passing play. Instead, we're playing against the run here. Seems like a bit of 2nd and goal. You got to kind of just you got to gamble a little. You got to make it better too.
Yeah, definitely. Can't just sit back or else the quarterback's going to find some time, find an open receiver, make a play. Now's the time to just go all out, see what we can do. Get him! Get him!
How do we not get a sack?
We can get there.
How do we not get a sack?
We can get there. We just can't. I mean, that time we had like 5 guys there. Like the burger.
Mean, oh my God, all the burgers and we're all over him. Like,
oh, replay. Here we go.
I don't care what your shiftiness is. Yeah, you can get wide open, but like your QB never should have been able to do anything.
No.
I mean, obviously I was saying I was leaving the wide receivers open because we were going for the pressure, and
we got there. Just can't quite bring them down.
Tough to see. All right, 12 minutes remaining in the game. We will have the ball. Maybe we can get one of these 12-minute drives. The Jolly Jokers. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll just keep going. We'll probably just stay strong with our offense. This feels like it's going to be last team with the ball wins the game kind of situation.
It does. They're not going for 2 here, which is a little interesting, I would say. Can they go for 2 if they want to?
Yep, you can. You can.
Boots it.
All right, 6-point game.
2 minutes left in the 3rd. Plenty of time here. Yeah, I think a quick strike. I mean, honestly, ideal setup here is probably quick strike. Let them get the ball back. Obviously, try to stop them. If not, give ourselves enough time that we get that second possession and kind of use that to go down the field. And I guess the other thing is that because of the lack of timeouts, you can't really rely on the 2-minute drill too much because there's only so much you can do in terms of getting the plays off, right? So
because you also can't tell your quarterback
go quick.
Yeah, you can't tell your quarterback to throw an incomplete pass or something. You can't say hey, this needs to be an over-the-top touchdown or a nothing. Right. It's just kind of like, hey, you're on the play. Yeah, you can go with an all-outs play or something like that. But okay.
Here we go. Big drive here. Maybe the biggest of the game thus far. For anyone that's just tuning in, been a back and forth battle, offensive battle for sure. We had a long touchdown from our stud running back, Dyro. Had another shorter touchdown from our backup running back. So good to see both backfield getting in the mix here. And the Ninja team, we've been getting a ton of pressure on them. Have had a little trouble getting their quarterback down. And they did get a punt return for a touchdown, which was a little bit disappointing and not something that we were necessarily anticipating happening. And right now, that's the difference in the game. But over 11 minutes left to play, 2 minutes in the third, then the 10-minute fourth quarter. Going to be down to the wire here.
You can tell as well. You could tell as well, like when they get pressure on our QB, our initial instinct really is to kind of just start running immediately.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
It is what it is.
Takes off.
Yeah, I mean, definitely seems like it limits the big plays, but he's still able to kind of often recover a few yards from it. So I don't absolutely hate it. Maybe it's one of those where, like, hey, if there is someone open that he would be willing to throw, but I'm okay with a little protecting the ball, avoiding the big, the big misses, the interceptions.
A little run to the outside. Not a ton there. 3rd and 7. 2 down territory at this point? Or what are we thinking there?
I think it's got to be 4 down territory here because, as you said, we want to either get a score here or, worst case scenario, like we don't want to punt to them, have them do a long drive and need 2 scores. We really need to try to convert this first down.
Yep, I agree.
But does not look like the play will get off in the end of this quarter. So we are heading into the fourth quarter, down 6, big 3rd and 7 here. Let's see if we can convert.
Big spot here. 3rd and 7 to start the fourth quarter. Dialing up the play. Let's go, Cairo. Make it happen.
He's got time. He's got over the top.
Good defensive play there. Batting it out of the air. Looked like he had a window there, although he did have 2 guys on him. But
yeah, I'm not sure if that was the right pass opportunity there, but
I'd like to see a little more patience from Cairo back there. But as he gets more comfortable and a little more experienced, expect those kinds of things to kind of fall into place over time.
Yeah.
But here we have it. Huge play. 4th and 7. As we talked about, got to go for it here. I think.
I think it's I think we're having to punt.
They can't. They don't let us go for it.
I think they're trying to work on their 4th down situations. But yeah, we're forced to punt there. So we need to put a lot of pressure on this. See if we can make some magic happen. Get a turnover, get a sack, get the ball back quickly, and stay in this game.
Yeah. Any idea how many turnovers we've seen kind of happen? Like, are we seeing sack fumbles? Are we seeing interceptions? I feel like from what I've watched, I haven't seen much.
I haven't seen any fumbles. In one of the scrimmages, I had an interception. Was QB pressure. QB kind of threw it over the middle, and we pulled out the interception and had like a 10-yard return. So they're definitely possible. I think our best bet, though, is if we get like, heaven forbid, we get a sack, but a nice little, 3 and out.
Sack would be huge. We've been getting pressure all night long. I feel like we're due to take them down on one of these, and no better time than now.
Would love a scoop and score.
Okay. Not a ton of room there.
We can survive that.
We've now got a 2nd and 7. The clock continues to wind. Could end up being a good spot if we are able to get a stop here and get the ball back. Could work out in our favor, but getting that stop is certainly going to be critical.
This is big. And then they've still been trying to pass it. I do wonder, do you start putting the ball on the ground, trying to, keep that clock going?
Yeah, would not be surprised to see that, especially with how they opened up the game, running the ball a lot too, right? They've definitely shown a willingness to establish and would certainly make sense to do. But no, they do go with the pass. Get them! We just can't quite bring them down in the backfield. Been the story of the evening, getting lots and lots of pressure on the quarterback. But something about number 5, the QB of the Ninjas, just does not want to go down. I don't know if that's a function of him being a great escape man and has a high propensity to break these tackles. I don't know if maybe our linemen need a little bit more work on their tackling abilities, but definitely a good learning here. And I think has really been the theme all night is getting that pressure, but not quite executing on that final getting the sack.
Yeah, definitely makes me feel like, from a training perspective, is if we can kind of get a solid middle linebacker, because that's what we're using, the ones doing a lot of these blitzes. But if you can get kind of a solid middle linebacker like a Mike Singletary who can get pressure and actually complete the sack, that seems really valuable. Let's go. Tackle.
Get him. Oh, no. Oh, no, he's gone. He's gone.
Great play call. Had 3 chances to tackle him.
All over him.
Yeah, get the tackle.
Just not quite able to bring him down.
I don't know if they're going to show a replay. Yeah, here we go with the replay. But we're just all around him.
1, 2, 3, 4 missed tackles.
I got a feeling this is what it's going to be like with Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
Calling a run D play, getting pressure on the side that he goes, even trying to wrap him up, and leaves ourselves just sitting in the bleachers, just watching.
You do hate to see it.
Not over yet, though.
Hate to see it. No, far from over. We've got a 12-point ball game here. A quick touchdown, as we've seen. One play, you can get all the way down the field, dart for the sidelines, beat all the defenders. We're going to need a little magic here, a little Cairo magic.
Forgot to sign up for poker. Oh, well, that's okay. Did you make it, Teach?
I did sign up, yes.
Good. Okay.
I signed up. I've got my 12 big blind stack. Ready to jam it all in as soon as I'm able. And see if we can run it up from there.
There you go. All right, here we go. Feel like we're got to be in a 2-minute drill immediately to start it off.
Yeah, I think it's right to the 2-minute style. Big plays downfield if we can find
every
them.
play here needs to be downfield or getting Dyro in space. I'm expecting that he's going to be doing his blitzing because that's what they've been doing. Where that's the other thing is, unfortunately, like, you know, when we're getting pressure on their QB, he then still is just launching great passes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got to tip your cap to him as well. Definitely having himself a day, no doubt.
We'll have to do some research and see what is it about this Jalen Cross that is able to withstand this pressure that we are putting on him. All right, going with a bit of a spread offense here. Using our halfback in, starts off, maybe give a little extra coverage to our QB if he needs it, then can roll out himself.
Come on, Cairo. Now's your time, my friend. Oh, yes.
Let's go!
It is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. We've got ourselves a ball game just as we drew it up. Long touchdown. Who's number 83?
Alive. J Deal,
number 83. Beats the defender.
I think that might be our tight end. I think it's either our fifth wide receiver or tight end. I think it's actually our tight end. And just ran in that inseam, got open over the top. Number one misses the tackle and just green space in front of him. Yeah, that is right, Ben. Just one stop. That's what we need. We are going to be taking some chances to try to get that stop, but we're right in this game. This ain't over. This ain't over till the Jolly Joker sings.
Absolutely not. Got him right where we want him. 27-21. Extra point or 27-20. Extra point is on the way to hopefully get us to 21 points, and then we got to stop them.
Let's go, Mr. Automatica. Put it right through the uprights for us. And the kick
is good.
Splits the uprights. Love it.
It's good.
Love it. All right, Ben asking, our intercept is extremely rare. I had one in a scrimmage. That's the only one I've seen so far. One thing I do know as well is that the team behind it is going to continue to tweak the algorithm throughout the preseason. So if they start seeing hey, certain plays really are just going for touchdowns, maybe there should be more sacks, maybe there should be a couple more turnovers, whatever it is, they're going to try to continue to tweak it behind the scenes. So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of evolves throughout the regular season. 6:54. That is not a lot of time. Not a lot of time. Not a lot of time.
We're gonna need to get a stop, and we're gonna need to get a stop quickly.
We're gonna expect that they're gonna be running. So we are gonna sell out to stop that run, force them into a potential mistake or stopping of the clock with some passing and incompletions. I mean, hey, they had a punt return for a touchdown. Who's to say we can't get something crazy ourselves?
Now would be a great time for a fluky fumble from their running back. Jolly Jokers recover it. Cairo marches us down the field for the buzzer-beating touchdown. Can see it now. All over ESPN tomorrow. Jolly Jokers miraculous comeback in their first ever preseason game in the SimWin metaverse. I mean, the headlines are just waiting to be written.
They write themselves.
And we're just getting started.
I will say, the risk that we are having right now is because a lot of these run blitzes, they really leave the outside vulnerable. So we are going to try one that kind of gives us a little coverage. But if we get a situation like last time where it's like, hey, you just break one or two tackles, it's a chance we're having to take right now. So we're hoping for the best. Let's get a little tackle for a loss. Give us a couple. Give them some second and long, third and long, tough decisions.
It's like pulling the goalie in hockey a little bit, where it's like, hey, they score another touchdown. It is what it is, right? We don't care if we lose by 6 or if we lose by 30. A win's a win, a loss is a loss. So always going to be playing for that W.
Yeah, I think that makes complete sense. So ends up going with the pass, but they go with 2 guys in the backfield, able to get a quick release, gives it to his running back who picks up 5 yards. We'll call that kind of a push. We're kind of okay with it because they didn't get a first down, manageable. They're okay with it because clock keeps going and they picked up those 5 yards. I would honestly be a bit surprised if they don't run it on this one. So again, we're going to go with some run coverage with an extra linebackers coming in around the outside to protect on those outside runs, leaving ourselves a little vulnerable to the inside rush this time. We'll see what happens. Basically, we're trying to go for the tackle for a loss, where if they go run inside, like no matter what we do, they're probably still going to get 2-3 yards. Here, though, if they go for an outside run, we have the opportunity to kind of get a nice tackle for a loss and put them in a weird position.
Cairo's quarterback rating is 158.3. Isn't that the perfect rating?
It's pretty damn. Is it 158.4? I don't know.
In traffic, able to come down with the catch. Thought we had him there.
Oh, that really did. Yeah, I mean, hey, props to Jamie Gold and the team for really taking advantage of a true preseason game. Not trying to just run this clock out with some runs, but still throwing, still gunning the ball. So props for them to taking this, educational standpoint. We are going to keep on trucking, though. We are not giving up on this. We're going to find another play to get some pressure and just hope that one of these times the pressure is going to get us a sack. Or
one of these times.
I mean, from an educational standpoint, too, if we just can continue to get pressure with a couple of these plays, but they don't turn into anything, I'm not sure how to make that actionable. Is it do we accept that they're just never going to, or do we?
Right. It's a curious question. And Ben kind of mentions it here, sacks and when players are meeting at the catch need some adjusting. Yeah, to me, it's mostly just what you're seeing doesn't match with the result, right? So it's, to me, it's probably more of a visual thing than a back end thing, right? If they're going to catch the ball, it shouldn't look like there's 4 guys there that could theoretically intercept it or knock it down. But to me, those, other than those two things, I think those are 2 good call outs. Everything else is looking quite smooth, I would say. I also see Freddie asked, is there a secondary market to buy a player in this? There eventually will be, but right now, there's nothing, but eventually they'll have their kind of opening drop of players, and then there will be a marketplace and all of that. I don't know that we expect to see that anytime soon. I'd kind of
we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
But it is definitely
eventually.
in the plans.
Eventually, yes, but we have no idea on timing.
And in that scenario, you would be the player's agent. So you have the ability to sign the contracts on teams. You have the ability to train them up. If they do well, sign a nice contract, then you can actually make some money off that. Some of their like in-game currency based off player performance, things like that. Yeah.
Big tackle there. So you're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. If we get a stop here, we're not going to have a ton of time. But it only takes one play. A stop here. Force them to punt. Get the ball back. Have the opportunity to either A, return the punt, as we've already seen happen in this game, or B, have another big play touchdown. So definitely not over yet here, folks. Let's go. Now would be the time for one of our guys to finally make that sack that we've been waiting for all night long. Let's go here, fellas.
Did he pick the right play? Let's go!
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Ladies and gentlemen,
the
Jolly Jokers are going to get the ball back. And we're going to have some time to run at least. Oh, did we get a 2-minute warning? We do. The clock stopped. I did not know that was going to happen.
I wasn't sure either.
I was assuming no.
I'm also not exactly sure what's happening here on fourth down because, as we've mentioned before, they have been trying to automate the fourth down to make it a bit more fair until they can create more manual guard guidelines or I don't know guardrails.
So they're gonna have to punt to us, and then we're gonna have a solid.
They're not punting. They're not punting.
They're not punting.
All right, I'm pissed.
They're not punting. Are we in punt formation?
Yes, because we had to be. We didn't have a choice. All right.
Oh, no.
Call up the leaderboard. Call up management.
Rigged.
Nope. Bullshit.
Rigged.
No. Good thing it's preseason.
Wait, do they so they're like supposed to punt? Is that what it is?
100%. Email said fourth down in your own territory.
Wow. Jamie.
Call him up.
Jamie, we got a bone to pick with you.
Right,
we got a bone to pick with you, Jamie Gold.
All right.
Wow.
I want to see if you can get him on stream.
Yeah, right? Jamie. Wow.
Send him send him an email. We need to get Jamie on stream.
Jamie. To make up for this, Jamie Gold is going to have to play Joker Poker with us now. I mean, he's going to have to get himself a Jolly Joker and play in Joker Poker because come on now.
Okay, this is what I'm sticking with.
So Jamie, I've talked with Jamie. He's super competitive about this shit. So he knows what's up. He knows what he's doing. He
literally didn't have an option. Like literally nothing we could do because they basically told us the one thing they're still working on from a gameplay is fourth down because it's really difficult for them to kind of figure out how you can do play calls as well as getting the right. Like they don't want teams to be going for it in their own territory on all fourth downs. So they've actually started automating some of the aspects, but like we were not able to actually call anything. It just automatically did punt return, but then they did a normal play. And we played around with this in our scrimmage to play with it. And it's like, no, you can score a touchdown every single time against punt block or punt return. That 4th and 5, huge stop. I mean, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3, huge stop.
Huge stop. Jamie Gold.
Hey, if we score a touchdown here, we're taking the W.
Agreed. It's just preseason, so luckily this is not going to impact the regular season record. But man, you put in all that work to get the stop that you need. Strongly worded email going to the commissioner's office.
right after this.
Killed the
CC
drama.
Jamie.
It's almost like in the Super Bowl when the ref throws a flag that ends the game, and you just don't get the drama at the end.
Yeah, except our jersey wasn't held. Oh, Commish. Mr. Ortiz. Okay. They're channeling it. We're coming back.
I think the kickoffs could use some work too, because they pretty much just run to the 30 and then get tackled every time. Which is yeah.
Now, granted, that's better than if you have like a whole bunch of kickoff return for touchdowns. So maybe given between the two, like, yeah, the kickoffs would be a little more exciting if like they could go pick a side or break something, who knows.
Yeah.
But it seems like the special teams are the things that they're still working the most through.
Which makes sense. I mean, it's tricky. Like, it's, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's no play, like, thinking about how you would build that. There's no play call. So you, like, it's the same factor every time. So you just, like, randomize certain outcomes.
The one thing would be like Madden, you can kick off left, right, middle, and your guys will run towards that direction. Right. So I think it'd be kind of cool.
Squib kicks and stuff like that. Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool, like, if they decide like we're gonna kick to the left and stuff, we decide to return to the right, so maybe it jibes, one of us gets an advantage. Yeah.
Wait, where did the boos come from? Or is that us booing our own guy? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't, because I don't have the sound on, so I can hear it.
Yeah, I had the sound. There's a boo for some reason. I guess because our guy didn't catch it. That was funny. That was the first boo, at least that I noticed all game. Boo! It was a pretty intense boo, too. That was funny.
I mean, they're probably booing Jamie, to be honest. They know.
Yeah.
They know.
Oh, Jamie. Man, what a bummer way to end it, It's okay, though. I mean, this was A, a lot of fun. B, I feel like definitely learned a good bit about what's going on. Yeah, that was the Philly fans traveling to the Jolly Joker Stadium in the Metaverse to boo. Uh-oh. We messed up the handoff again?
Yeah, that happens. I was trying some new plays, trying to figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
Clock is running out. This may be the final play of the game.
Good showing from the New Orleans Jolly Jokers. Definitely have an offense that can fire, I would say. Have some kinks to work out on defense, but I think schematically feeling pretty good about where we stand. It's just about getting that next layer of execution ironed out. We'll be working on that on the practice field. But overall, I think this community should feel pretty good about the team we got here.
All right, this is going to be interesting because there's some more boos.
There's the boos. They don't like incomplete passes.
Yeah. So this will be interesting as well now because it's 4th and 5. This is obviously a scenario where, like in real football, you should be going for it. We are going to go for it. I'm curious whether or not they would have had the opportunity to put a real play in, or whether or not they'll be in a punt return aspect as well.
So we're going to get our auto touchdown here.
I don't. We'll see what they line up in. Yeah, they're lining up in punt return formation. And so the play we have 3 guys without routes, a halfback with a wheel route, and then our best wide receiver with a short crossing route. We'll see what Cairo ends up choosing. But all right. Cairo back, has some time. Finds the slot guy over the top. It's almost like it's a gimmick. And that's why, Jamie Gold, you should not have done that. You hit the cheat code. You ruined the game, Jamie. We can do it too. You didn't read the rule book. The rule book said you can't go for it on 4th down on your own side of the end zone. I'm glad we at least got that just to kind of show. Yeah.
Good for fantasy, at least. Good for fantasy, at least. Look at that. 90% chance of completion against the punt return defense.
There's no one around him. And also, punt return is just frozen solid.
Oh, man.
There, I don't know. It is, it's good. The team obviously knows about this 4th down thing and they're working through it. But funny representation just to see this all happening here. Because, otherwise, if people are just going for it on every 4th down, that's gonna be a major glitch that needs solved.
That is certainly a must fix prior to anything real. But I'd say that, to me, that's the only must fix thing that I saw. I mean, I think the looking like you're going to sack the quarterback and continually missing the tackles.
Our guys,
it is what it is. Like,
I agree.
Like, I think people almost sack quarterbacks all the time, and the quarterback avoids it. It's just hard to make it look like that. Like, I think that's really what's happening. Is it just like, if it was like our guys around their shoestrings and the quarterback running away, like that happens plenty of times in a real football game. So I think that is what it is. Me. Yeah, the catches, like I think it's good.
It happens. Oh,
there we have
hell of a game. That was fun. That was fun. So the game really came down to 2 things. One, them getting that punt return for a touchdown, which, hey, that happens. Who knows? Like, it is what it is. But like on 4th down, we punted. On their 4th down, they cheated. So that was really what it came down to. And it's preseason, so it's okay. Jamie Gold, we will allow you to come on stream and explain yourself. You can talk about how in a real scenario you would have gone for it, even though you're on your own side. You can talk about how this is preseason. You really just wanted to test the system. This was a great opportunity, a learning experience for SimWin. Or you can just be honest and be like, I wanted to win. It's okay. And not like Jamie Gold's never won anything for $10 million or anything.
Shout out Jamie Gold and the squad over there, taking their competitiveness to the extreme in the preseason. But that's what we're going to be dealing with in this league, folks. These people are not here to mess around. They're not just slapping their names on these teams and not paying attention. I know, like I said before, I know that Jamie takes this seriously. And I was actually just looking at his Twitter account, and it's basically like all SimWin stuff.
I think you 100% need to tweet him.
All SimWin stuff. So there it is. There it is. Well, I guess something crazy could happen on this last play, theoretically. Are there QB kneels in this?
I don't think so.
This will do it. This will be the last play, unless we get
moral victory, tackle for loss.
We have it. Finishing it off with a positive. The Jolly Jokers are going to fall to the Ninjas 34-28 with an asterisk. But again, it's preseason. I don't think we have timing on what to expect next in terms of regular season. We have another preseason game later this week. Is that correct, Justin?
Thursday night, 10 o'clock Thursday night. So I will say, as a learning experience here, I'm almost definitely not able to stream myself and do the plays. And the biggest issue is just a lag aspect that even honestly being on this broadcast and doing the plays at the same time, I've had to go refresh a few times. So like that's a challenge, but I still think like ideally, and so I talked to the playback guys today. Ideally, we can get this in playback. So then it's something like you, Coop, or people from the community kind of go into playback and kind of watch the games in there without like having a stream, because then it won't be using like computer, at least my computer power to stream the game. You won't have to do that too. I think that's probably the best experience if possible. Otherwise, for the real games, we can just have something like you, Coop, watching from here. I'll just be behind the scenes doing the plays and stuff. For the preseason, we'll see about Thursday. I'm down to come back and do this. I'm down to just do it behind the scenes. We can play it by ear.
Cool. That was a ton of fun. Shout out to all the players in the Jolly Jokers team for a hell of an effort in our first ever game. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Good luck to those of you still in the poker tournament. We'll give a quick update there. We got 56 players remaining. 56 players remain. 27 will score points towards the Jolly Joker series of poker leaderboard.
Are you going to blind your way to top 20? Are you going to blind your way to the leaderboard just as a late
I'm
reg?
already out. I'm already out. Yeah. I'm already out. I had like 7 big blinds with Jack 10 suited and lost to King 10. So
it seems like if you sign up at like 8:55 and get like one double up, you might be able to sneak your way into the points.
It's possible. I feel like registering half an hour late is probably pretty good. Like 30 minutes late if you want to avoid the nonsense of the first 30 minutes. But
that's also when you need chips. That's how you get chips.
Yeah, right. Like if you're really trying to win, the play is to just be super tight in the early stages. And if you get a big hand and somebody wants to give you their stack, welcome it.
Or don't play that tight, right? Like just accept that there's going to be volatility.
True. Yeah, if you just want to play and
I think that's
get
honestly
that going.
the more. There's going to be a lot of people dumping off early. So like if you play too tight, you just miss out on it. Like maybe you just accept that, you might get, might lose. But I was up with third in chips last tournament and then had a couple, I don't know, maybe one was a cooler, one was a bad beat, but like definitely getting those chips early where I think I quadded up in one hand and like a good hand, but yeah.
Yeah. And then once you get that stack, I mean, you can make it last. So yeah, we're an hour and a half in, 52 players
Gotta get that
left.
VPIP up, right? The VPIP.
Oh yeah. Play all the hands. Never fold. You can't win a hand if you fold. Final words of advice. All right, everyone. We're going to go ahead, shut her down for this evening. The first ever Jolly Jokers, New Orleans Jolly Jokers, Metaverse SimWin game. Next one's coming on Thursday. See you all on Discord and good luck at the tables.